Yo!
What's poppin'?
Welcome to another episode of Brooklyn Boyz
Radio.
I am your host, Moe, and this is Styles. You're in for a great evening of wonderful conversation and laughs.
Right here, bro.
We will be speaking on all things pop culture and hip-hop and things going on currently in the media. We hope you enjoy.
That's the new intro.
I guess.
You was doing that shit earlier when we was on the phone. Like, it's just something you just doing all day today. You trying out?
You know. It is what it is when it is what it is. It's been an eventful week.
Yeah, never to say the less, never say the less. Shout out to Woodstack. We got a lot of motherfuckers in here tonight, man.
Wood stays 8.
I don't know if I can shout out everybody. Fuck everybody. How about that? Yeah, appreciate y'all for coming out, though. Oh, shit. Say my name.
Beyonce's here. Shanice.
Remember to pick up your only one. People was asking me about that sweater I had on last week, man. So y'all can come here and pick up only one over here at Woodstack. You heard?
Word.
So what's going on, man? You said it was eventful. What happened?
I mean, a lot happened.
Like what?
Not for me, I mean in the world.
Oh. I thought some shit happened for you. I ain't know
Yeah,
about.
things are always happening for me. At this point, it's just normal.
Oh, okay. No problem. I'm glad that things are happening for you, man.
This episode is also brought to you by Quick Clean Sneaker Wipes. Photo shoot fresh in a minute or less. There you go.
There we go.
Check out www.quickclean.net and also follow on Instagram and TikTok at Quick Clean Sneaker Wipes. That's QUICKLEAN Sneaker Wipes. My job is done here. I'm out.
This guy's crazy, man. Today I had like my first official kind of like, I'm gonna call it a cheat day, but like I was staying away from like sweets and carbs and shit.
You must have had something really good because you've been dying to talk about whatever it is you had.
I did. I went to Sunday morning this morning.
What's Sunday morning?
It's a spot in the Lower East Side, Alphabet City, where they make the Cinnabons.
You are such a fat ass, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah, my nigga. I had that blueberry Cinnabon. That shit was everything. But then me and Jay went over to.
You and your greedy road dog.
Yeah, me and Jay. We went over to.
I should have known as soon as I spoke to y'all and y'all were together, there was food involved, man.
There definitely was food involved. You know, there's always food involved with me and her hanging out. But we went to some shit called Benny's Buns. And they make Cinnabons too. They're not better than Sunday morning. But they had the Biscoff. I think Sunday morning should invest in making a Biscoff bun.
The hell's a Biscoff?
You know Biscoff cookies?
No, what is that?
It's like the best fucking cookie. It's like a British cookie, man. You ever gone on a plane?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's in a white and red package.
I know what you're talking about.
So now they got like Biscoff drizzle. They got Biscoff cookie.
Biscoff drizzle. Say pause when you say that, man.
I'm not
Pause.
pause, man. I'm too old for that bullshit.
You said pause last episode. You said pause last episode.
Because we said something real crazy. Only if it's really crazy. But for basic shit, I'm not playing no more, bro.
Oh my God. This guy plays selective pause.
Yeah, selective pause.
Yo.
I ain't watching my mouth no more. Fuck that shit. Say what I want to say.
Say pause when you say you ain't watching your mouth
I ain't
no
watching
more.
shit.
Like, that sounds crazy.
Fuck you. It's crazy, man. But yeah, I was happy today, man. Nevertheless, I'm addicted to the motherfucking sugar, the candidas in my system. I got to get it out. But I was happy. I didn't eat the whole thing, so that's a good thing. I didn't eat the whole thing.
Say pause when you say you didn't eat the whole thing, please.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck, man. But yeah, I had that, and that, that was satisfying today. That was my day.
Happy for you, man.
I ate junk today. But I also
ate junk.
Yeah, but I also did a meal. What's wrong with you, man?
That's
I also
crazy.
did a meal prepping thing this week too. So shout out to Chef Mike over on Fulton Avenue. Yeah, so he get my meals prepared for me and all that. And, you know what I mean? Make sure I stay with the carbs and the proteins, and that's it, man. Not the carbs, I mean the vegetables.
So Chef Mike is giving you protein.
The vegetables and the proteins. This nigga right here, bro.
What did I say?
Yo.
This guy's crazy. Yo.
This guy's
It's just a question, bro.
No, bro. Anyway, shout out to Chef Mike, man. Go check out Chef Mike in Brooklyn, man, on Fulton Avenue. But yeah, Chef Mike, man.
Also, check out Post 270 in Westbury, Long Island.
Yeah, shout out to L, man. I gotta come on. L, I gotta get a pretty bitch to come to the establishment, man, because you don't come with
It's a
pretty
beautiful
bitch.
spot, man.
Listen, if you don't come out there with pretty women and pretty cars, don't even go out there, bro.
Yo.
Stay the fuck home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not on no gaudy shit, but it's like, if you coming out there with like the Honda Accord, just stay home, bro. My nigga. Don't even do it to yourself. Because you're going to pull up, it's going to be fucking big ass G-Wagons, fucking Spectres, Rolls Royce Spectres out there, fucking Maybachs. And
Listen, y'all Honda Accords are more than welcome. Just pay for what's on the menu.
Yo, you go out there, that shit is a movie. You walk in there, all the girls look glamorous. You know what I'm saying? Everybody dressed to impress. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Then they play EDM music and that.
Yo,
Like,
what the hell is
what the
this?
fuck is going on, man?
Yo.
Food is delicious. Don't get me wrong. The food is wonderful. Especially what I was told you, the empanada.
Oh, the oxtail empanadas.
Oxtail empanada. That shit tastes like, sometimes I be having the oxtail empanadas other places and different. It don't taste like authentic oxtail. There's some Jamaican lady in the back cooking that shit because that shit tastes like real oxtail in there, bro. So yeah, that's lovely. But yeah, you going out there, man, you in a little motherfucking Toyota or something, stay home, bro.
Yo, come anyway, man.
Stay home, man. If your bitch got a motherfucking Fashion Nova dress on, stay home.
Stickers.
I'm telling you. 'Cause that shit different in there, bro. I came in there, I said, yo, what the? It star-studded in here. What's going on in this motherfucker, man?
Hey, support, man.
Nah.
Black people supporting black
Yeah,
people.
nah,
That's
listen,
a beautiful thing.
You see black people, I didn't know that many black people have money like that. Like,
Sure.
and it's not expensive. Don't get me wrong. The food is a decent price. That steak is kind of high, though, L. What was it?
It's
The
Wagyu, man.
steak?
It's Wagyu, bro.
Nigga, that steak was crazy, bro.
That's
It was so
Wagyu.
crazy. I didn't even taste the steak because it was so expensive. You know me, I'm cheap. I'm like, and that bitch would have ordered that shit on that menu. I'd have smacked him. Fuck out of here. That shit was like $180.
Nah, it was 115.
Nah, it was like 180 or
It's
something.
not 180, it's 115. It's
Nah, I would
115.
have bought it at 115.
No, I'm
man.
telling you, it's 115.
Maybe I saw something else, bro.
It's good, though. It's real good.
Oh, you had it?
Yeah, it's good.
You got the discount
Delicious.
Wagyu.
Delicious. Delicious.
The lamb chops was on point.
Yeah, lamb chops is on
You know what I'm
fire.
saying? Yo,
That
listen,
branzino's good, too.
listen, man. I know the menu. I ate the food, man. I just didn't take the steak, bro. 'Cause it's too expensive for my blood when I went there. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. I can buy my
Yeah.
own steak from the supermarket. And cook
I
that
bet
shit.
it ain't too expensive now.
It's still too expensive. I don't give a fuck what's happening. Yo, my nigga, I don't care if I'm a billionaire, I'ma still be cheap to some degree, bro.
No doubt.
Like I'm not.
But there will be signs.
Nah, there will be signs, but nah,
Oh,
I'm
man.
always be cheap to
Yo,
some
you're
degree.
making my head hurt. Oh.
What happened to you?
Now I'm laughing so my head is starting to hurt.
Cause that shit is crazy over there, man. You go out there with a little Honda and shit, you think you styling and shit, you bring your little Rogue Prius over there and shit, like you think you cooler and shit.
You
like,
good. You just won't be able to park in front of the spot, but you can park around the corner.
I'm gonna spit out the water, bro.
I said you can park around the corner.
Yeah, you gotta park around the corner and walk. Yo, I did the mistake. Listen, I did the mistake and pulled up in my daughter Compass. You know what I'm saying? I was driving, cause
Nobody cared though,
listen,
man.
nobody cared. He didn't care because they saw me outside the car. But anyway, so I pull up, right? When I get there, it's big Rolls Royce. I said, what we at? So, you know what I'm saying? I pull up because I took my daughter's car.
Shout out to Sin too. That's Sin Spectre.
Yeah, because she had my car, right? So I took my daughter's car. I'm driving. I'm the type of person, I don't care what kind of car it is. As long as she got 4 wheels and it ain't gonna break down on me, I'm good. I'm not a car guy. Don't care, right? So, I pull up, but today I cared. I pulled up, I see Moe. Moe got the Range Rover. Okay, cool. I'm used to it, bro, with the Range Rover. I said, what up, Moe? Here come L with a brand new G-Wagon. I said, okay, what up, L? See some lady friend come over. She had a Range Rover. I said, okay. Some other nigga pulled up on me. He had a Range Rover. I said, oh, okay. Some other nigga came up, had a Maybach. I said, okay. What the fuck is going on? Like, what's going on over here? Parking lot was crazy, man. It's parking lot pimping over there, I'll tell you that. But the food was good. A lot of lovely ladies in there. If your men looking for lovely ladies, there's a lot of ladies, it was just friend groups of ladies. I will tell you that. I was with a lady and I was still trying to peek from the side like, oh shit, this shit is full of, you know what I mean?
A lot of beautiful ambiance,
yeah,
man.
you might not can bring no sand to the beach in this place. And ladies, trust me, I shouldn't say this, but I'm giving the L the full shout out because L friends are, you know, in that 5%, 1% talent niggas. There's a lot of ballin' ass niggas in there too, I ain't gonna lie. Cause I seen a lot of niggas that I'm like, what the fuck son doing over here? Son here? It's a nice spot, man.
Yeah, good crowd.
Good crowd, very good crowd. Very good
Come
crowd.
out, man. 270 Post Avenue, Westbury, New York.
Yes, very nice crowd. So shout out to L. Post 72, right?
Post 270.
270. Yes.
Post 270. The address is 270 Post Ave. You can't forget it.
Can't forget it. Yes. Nice spot. Nice spot. But anyway, what's up, man?
I'm chilling like a villain, you know. Same old, same old. Trying to get to it. Getting to it.
Okay, yeah, that's all we can do, man.
Exactly. God is good. Great is God. You know.
All the time. All the time.
Shout out to my man Swizzle.
Fuck Suave, man.
Mr. Shaggings himself.
This nigga always wearing girl leggings in here, bro. Nigga put on a pair of shorts on top of girl leggings and think he's still a nigga. Like, this nigga's crazy. I don't know what's happening, bro. He got the colorful sneakers on in 30-degree weather. Like, go put a pair of boots on.
Yo, I thought it was cold outside. It wasn't even cold.
Not early it was cold. It's nicer now, actually, at night.
Yeah. When I came out,
it was
like
37, 38. Now it's like 44.
When I came out, I had on a Sherlin. I had to go back upstairs because everybody was calling me, oh, it's freezing outside. So I'm like, God damn.
Nah, but it was cold last night. I mean, this morning was cold.
Yeah, when I came outside, I was like, damn, I look crazy. I had to go upstairs, put the jacket back on.
Talking about cold, I know I told you I was doing a crib over and be making some changes. You don't understand what you're missing until you're missing it or you got it. So, you know, I had the windows, and I told you a lot of breeze was coming through the windows. And when it hit 34, it was 34 last night. And
it wasn't even cold in the crib.
Nigga, I even had to turn the heat on.
Because insulation.
I said, yo, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, your electric bill gonna be much less.
My gas bill gonna be less. Yeah, son, that shit was crazy, son. I'm like, not saying you don't feel the chill, but it ain't that cold. Son, sometime I would sit in my crib. Don't let me fall asleep on the couch, especially when I fell asleep on the couch. It felt like I woke up in the winter storm, like I'm just breathing cold air, like I'm like a cold dragon breathing. You see, like it's almost like it's to the point you don't see no that white smoke, but that's what it feel like in your lungs.
You feel it.
When you wake up, I'm like
crisp.
Yes, yes. And I fell asleep on the couch yesterday. It was 34. I'm like, no cover, no nothing. I said, it's a little chill. I'm like, oh shit.
I can get used to this.
I can get used to this shit. Like, yeah, that shit was different. So, yeah, man, them new windows, they did a thing in there.
But you know that's why they use that as a selling point. They tell you like you'll save money, you know what I'm saying, on your energy bill.
Yeah. Now, you know, it's so funny. I got up this morning. I'm looking for the spots that's cold. Like, so a part of my door, they had put like a new door on, and I don't know what it's called. It's like the frame on the door. On one side of the frame on the door, you could feel a little breeze coming out. So I'm about to go buy some caulking and put right there, some white caulking in there and put it right there. I went to the, you know, only spot I got an AC that's in the wall. Even though this AC give problems, because I just had the contractors, because I had put it in and put, what you call that shit in there?
With the insulation, the foam?
Insulation, fiberglass in there, right? But it still was mad cold air was coming through, because I guess where it's sitting, the wind is just, it's nothing blocking that wind back there. So I had the contractors put cement around it with the insulation in there. And I put a cover on there, and the cover has insulation in there. And I got a cover for the inside. Do you know when I touched that shit this morning, that shit still blowing cold air? Like, that's how strong, when the breeze is hitting hard. So I put like a, I got these things I used to have, I don't have anymore, because it was warm up, that we used to put like to block the window, like door blockers, wind blockers and shit. So I put that around the AC, and I put like a blanket on top of the AC, something a little heavier. And yeah, it was good, bro. The house is way better, bro. I'm appreciating that shit, man. But I don't know. I need somebody could recommend a good AC cover, because I don't know what the fuck going on with this little cheap ass shit in my house.
Got to Google, man.
Oh, yeah, I tried to do that last year. Well, we're going to figure it out, man. Let's get into the show. Get into the show. All right, cool. I'm gonna start off the right way. We're gonna start off with sex. They said morning sex would boost productivity and your mood and your salary by 70%.
I can believe that. I mean,
Yeah.
having an orgasm releases dopamine into the blood system and bloodstream. Dopamine reduces stress. Also, dopamine helps people be happy. So I can see starting your day off with a nice shot of dopamine can definitely help you be more productive throughout the day, more energized, and have a brighter outlook and more positive.
Yeah, they actually said that people come to work happier and more confident when they go into work. So it give a better productivity that may increase your salary. Because if your productivity go up and you're doing better work, somebody see you and go, yo, listen, you need to get a raise. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, make sure y'all keep fucking before you go to work. That's basically it, man. You know what I'm saying? Morning sex is good sex, man. I like morning head. Like, that's what I like to get. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, I mean, I got sex, I got to work and do all that other shit. I can save the energy for the job. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, you know what I mean? Just bust it up before you leave. Ladies or men, just bust it up before you leave. That's basically what they say.
There you go. And that goes for men and women?
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't like a men's study. You just said morning sex give better pro. You crazy? Chick stress all day. I mean, she go outside. She go to work in the morning. She get that relief stress. The boss getting on her nerves. The boss don't even get on her nerves no more. You know what I'm saying? She let that nut out. I'm good.
Less of a reason to look forward to her work husband.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
Because trust me, he's waiting.
Right about that. So, I'm happy to say, but all and disappointed at the same time. The government shutdown is now over.
Democrats caved in?
Caved in, yeah. I'm happy to say it because, you know, people get their jobs back.
They get paid?
They get paid, not their jobs back. They get
but
paid.
do they get retro pay? Do they get back pay?
Somebody told me some people get retro pay, not everybody.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But you know that's actually illegal and they can actually sue.
I don't know the laws. You know what I love about this show? Sometimes we don't. You get a perspective of niggas that's in the crib that's saying the same shit you hearing and how they really feel about it.
Because sometimes we like, I
don't really know. You know what I'm saying? But it might be.
No, but I do know that's illegal though.
Okay.
Because you can't work without being paid.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they had to sign a contract saying if the government shut down.
Well, that's true. The government will cover their ass. So Lord knows what's in their employment contract.
Contract, right? It could be in it. Yeah, but I'm happy people getting paid. But I'm sorry to see that the Democrats, you know, folded. And the reason why I said that, I'm not a political nigga. Like, I really don't give a fuck. I think all Democrats, Republicans, Independent, they all got the same agenda. To me,
devil on this side, devil on that side.
But you know. My thing was the healthcare workers losing so many healthcare benefits because they're trying to get rid of Obamacare, and so many people will be out of healthcare. They said the healthcare, some people will be paying double and triple on what they was paying from before. So, with saying that, right, I'm sorry to see the Democrats cave, and I know it was a little bit of pressure on the federal workers, but I think they had Trump and the Republicans right where they wanted them. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is people are going to start revolting. People was talking about boycotting. And the greatest thing you could ever do, and you know, people don't realize this, man. You know, it was so crazy. You know, I keep going back to this Bible scripture about the Tower of Babel. Babel. Well, no, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Beep, that's all, folks.
And, you know, people came together so crazy with the tower that God had to intervene because they was building a tower to get to the sky.
To get to the sky,
to the heavens. And God said, yo, I got to confuse the languages and change. That's how we got all different languages, because he had to confuse the language. And that story always told me one thing. If you come together, I'm not going to say God was worried, but people can stop shit if they come together. You can build anything. You can do anything. And if people would have united on that front of people losing their health benefits, people losing EBT benefits, people not getting paid, guess what? You start fucking up the system. And the Republicans would have had to fold. When you got people stop buying products and stop going to stores, all those people that's backing the Trump administration, that's putting money into it, when you start affecting their pocket, they're going to turn back to Trump and go, yo, my nigga, yo, this shit got to stop. You understand what I'm saying? Get the people who want, because we getting poor while you still being stubborn holding out. And I feel bad that 8 Democrats didn't hold up the fight for a couple of more weeks, maybe another month or two, because they was going to crack. And you knew it was going to crack because before that happened, your man came out, Donald Trump was like, yo, I'm giving everybody $2,000. You know what I'm saying?
From the tariffs.
Yeah, from the
tariff money.
And one thing I come to know about Donald Trump, he always gonna give you a distraction. He always gonna throw something out there. A couple weeks ago, they gave you $200.
I think Donald Trump grew up wealthy, and the only way he knows how to handle his problems is to throw money at them, bro. And he reflects it by the way he deals with the people as far as politics. That's all he does. He throws money at you. Here, hold this. Like Donald Trump is basically Suge Knight. You know how they said anytime Pac went to Suge with a problem, yo, here's this car. Here, go live in this house. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah, so it's just bugged out, man. So,
but I will say that I do think the Democrats caved because pretty soon what was going on with the government shutdown, it was gonna begin to affect the stock market. And you know, with them, everything boils down to money, man.
bro.
And I think that, I hate to say this, but Trump was going to get what he wanted in the end regardless, because what would have ended up happening was chaos. And then once chaos would have took place, it would have been martial law. And he would have been able to enact the military.
I agree to a certain degree, but I also feel if chaos ensued, the people that back Trump, their money get fucked up. So the chaos would have had to stop.
Yeah, but at that point, the only way to undo the chaos
is to give the people what they want.
I think that would have been the point of no return, and I think the only way to undo the chaos would have been military intervention.
But bro, you can have military intervention all you want. That's not a good thing. When people
It's not.
But that make you vulnerable to other countries when you got anarchy happening in your cities, in your country.
If we're just entertaining what some say is a conspiracy theory, and if Trump's ultimate goal is to make this a dictatorship, that's the start right there.
Yeah, but guess what though? I always feel like the hierarchies, the families that make the money, that control the narrative. Trump is only a peon in the system.
Very much so.
Right? So for me, when you stop people production and their money, people will sell their children. Those type of people will sell their children for their bread, for their legacies.
I think they'll actually sell our children. I don't know about theirs. Exactly.
Nah, they sell their kids too, bro. I'm just saying to you, man. It is what it is. It's debatable, but listen, man. They caved, and Trump is gonna give you $2,000.
And one more scary thing is now y'all have pretty much showed the Republicans that this is a strategy to get what they want.
Oh yeah, and they only got a promissory note for the shit too. They only got a promise that they will sit down and talk about, I guess, the healthcare subsidies or what they're gonna do, if they may extend them or they not. It's not even no guarantee. Now, yeah, we promise to talk to you niggas, you know what I'm saying, in December. So we'll see what happens in December. But right now, Thanksgiving is and Christmas is saved.
It's back.
You know what I'm saying? We see you for the new year, niggas. You know what I mean? So we'll figure it out. In other news, some celebrity news real quick. Anthony Edwards, man, his baby mama is asking the court to give her some more money. So as we all know, we talked about before, Anthony Edwards, the basketball player from the NBA, he had gave his baby mother a lump sum money.
He paid off the child support for the next 18 years.
Yeah, so but she
what was it, 1.3 mil?
Yeah, something like that. She went out. They said she put the money into her business. Her business wasn't doing
She
good.
spent the money in a couple of months, pretty much.
Yeah, but you know what the fucked up part is? Not even that. The money's for the child. How the fuck did you put the money in your business? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we get the shit is bugging me out.
So you ain't put no bread in the account for the child,
for
nothing?
the kid, like, what? You know what I mean? So, listen, that's why I think child support is just done fucked up. Like, you should be ordered to show that the money is going towards the child. There should be money put away.
I think
there should be money towards your rent.
You know what I think?
And it also be money towards food, and then,
I think
and money for clothing and shit like that. And you have to show that shit.
I think the same way when a man goes to family court, and if he says he did something for the child, he has to show receipts. I think that the mother should have to hand in monthly receipts for whatever the child support is. And it doesn't have to be for every cent, but at least 75% of whatever that amount is.
Yeah.
And because I don't think that's too much to do just to keep receipts.
Yeah, and I like that number you said. So I don't think if a woman took 75% or a man, whoever had got the child, they took 25% for themselves to figure out to make their life easier. Because I do understand if a mother's life is easier, then it's easier for the kid.
Child.
But she can't take 100% of that money and go buy Gucci and Louis Vuitton for herself, because that's not making her life easier. You know what I'm saying? So listen. If I was a judge, I wouldn't award her nothing else. You know what I mean? She had
But you know they are, right?
I don't know what they're gonna do. I hope not. You know what I mean? I don't. You know, I'm wishful thinking, but you know, listen. Yeah, you know, you have to learn how to budget your money. At the end of the day, you're an adult, you're a parent, and you got to be responsible. That's the way I look at it, man. Like, and you got to be accountable. And when shit happen like that, I don't know what to tell you. What was you talking about? So I seen this interview with this lady named Talisha Jones. She had that AI.
The R&B artist?
Yeah, Janaea, I think Monet or something like that. Janaea or something like that. Monet. And we wrote a big talk online about.
Oh, I think, wasn't she being interviewed by Gayle King, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah. And I was watching it. And it's, you know, the people talking about if AI should be really a thing as an artist, or, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it was her. I think it was her, though. They did like a $3 million deal for the AI artist. So this is an artist that she created in her AI she created in her house. She got her likeness and made the face of how she wanted to look. She was a real dope girl to put this together, though.
Yeah, definitely.
She said she wrote 100% of all the songs herself. The AI sounds really good. It does have a couple of inflections of different artists. I know. What's baby girl name? I don't remember her name. The girl with the big butt. You don't know.
Well, these days, that's everybody.
And she got rid of her butt.
K. Michelle.
She's saying that K. Michelle was saying that that it sounds like her a little bit, and she might be suing because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she took some of K. Michelle styles and made
flavor.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things. Listen, technology's gonna come, and technology is either going to improve things or better things, and we're going to have to learn to work around them. So in one part, for me, I don't feel bad because, you know, since I've been growing up, you know, if you was in love with the ADAT, you know, the record took over that. If you in love with
From the
record,
reel to reel to the ADAT.
Yeah, the CD took over that. And if you was in love with the CD or the tapes,
the cassette tapes,
it took over the
vinyl.
CDs.
Well,
yeah, you know what I mean? And then something else came out, and then you got digital.
Video cassettes, DVDs, like.
It's always going to be something else. To me, I don't know if you can. This is just me. Maybe I'm just late to the party. I don't know if you can. Cause she was claiming that AI like it was real, like, yo, yeah, you know, like saying.
But
like,
I think.
I don't know if fans could. I know there's some people, but I don't know if a large enough fan base could fall in love with an AI. Maybe they can. I don't know, but you know.
I mean, I think they listen. I think as AI evolves, I think they definitely can. Simply because you're able to have AI do pretty much every and anything, and I'm sure that as it evolves more and more, it's going to have even more capabilities. I think it all comes down to the same thing, man. Like, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. Because I'll tell you this, like, I've been experimenting with making content with AI. It's not an easy thing to do. It takes a lot of research.
It's not easy now, but I think.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is although this young lady is not the one singing these songs, like you said, she wrote the songs, right? It takes a lot of effort and time and work to even know how to master AI to the point to be able to do that.
See, I think this is the problem. No, I think the problem coming. See, when we talk about the CD taking over the tape, or in the digital taking over the CD, it's a little bit different, I think, when you start talking about craft and artists, even actors or whatever, because now you're taking over really that person's livelihood, right? I'm not mad at the two, because I remember when like you said something real to reels. I remember we had to carry them heavy fucking 70-pound
Had,
reels.
had to cut them.
Yeah, had to cut them. You couldn't just punch in on that shit. If you keep punching, that tape will pop, right? You keep taking over that particular part of the reel. And then Pro Tools came out. And Pro Tools just made everything a cut and paste type shit. You could, man, Pro Tools is the biggest cheat.
And guess what? And people thought that Pro Tools was going to put music studios out of business.
It actually did, though.
It put a lot out, but there's still music studios out there.
No, it's nowhere near.
Not the way it used to be, but
It's
there's still
nowhere-
studios out there, man.
It's nowhere near what it used to be. Now you could be in your fucking car and make a beat.
You can make a beat on your phone.
You know what I'm saying? So it did change the likelihood of business, but I don't think that ever affected the person. You know what I'm saying? Now it's affecting. It could essentially affect artists, but there's a default in that.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, and the reason, it's like we always say, the stage is big enough for everybody. There is no artist that's ever gonna come out that if you're a good artist that is gonna stop people from buying your music.
But this is what I do feel, though. Excuse me for that. This is what I do feel. Those voices, I don't know who owns that IP.
You know what's funny?
So anybody could probably use that shit and still make that same song and fuck around and still use that same voice and just put out, because I don't know who owns that.
It's funny you say that, because there's a platform called 11 Labs, right? And what 11 Labs does, it does voice generation, right? Where you can basically, whether it's dialogue, I guess whether it's singing, and what they're doing now, they're giving people an opportunity to make money. I just saw on their site that they paid out $11 million, I think in the past 6 months or whatever, because what they're doing is they're allowing people to actually upload their voice. Maybe they're running out of voices to create, so now they're allowing people to upload their voice, and if anyone uses it, they get paid royalties off of that.
Yeah, I don't know where they get the voices from, but I know you could keep using you can't own that. I think like if Suno did it, they probably own I don't even know how that shit works.
No, but with them, it's almost like they're licensing your voice, because you're uploading your voice, and anyone that uses your voice.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying
I think that's cool, because it's an extra stream of income for people, man.
Listen, man, I knew it was crazy. I was talking to a friend of mine. Shout out to my homegirl Dominique in Atlanta. And she have a health and wellness center that she kind of run, right? When she does run, she owns. And she has like, yo, send me the song. Like, check the song out. And when I heard it, I'm like, yo, this is a dope record. Like, it feel like a hit record damn near. Like, I know my records. This is a great record. I said, the hook could be worked on, but the beat, even the girl that's singing it sound fucking crazy. And I said, who? That's one of your homegirls? She said, no, I did it on Suno. I said, what do you mean? She's like, yo, I just kind of wrote a roundabout like poem of what I wanted, and then it generated the rest, and I kind of just played with it till I got it to where I wanted. That's when I knew shit was gonna be a problem. Cause the record she played me, I wish I had it here. If I played it for y'all, she could sell that to any artist right now and just sell that record. And I guess she will own it.
But my question is, why is there something wrong with that?
I think there's something wrong with that. Like, all right, you're a writer, right? Mm-hmm. You work hard at your craft. If a shoemaker came and said, hey, I make shoes all my life and this is what I did, but somebody came and took your spot and wrote a whole movie. Hold up, and they didn't come up with the idea, come up with the concept. They just came up with like a scenario, a synopsis, and put it in and told AI to write the whole shit.
But
I could see people feeling slighted for that. If you went to school and you work and you
maybe this
is
the reason I have a different view about that, because like I have people who've been dabbling with AI as far as writing screenplays, right? Who've been sending me stuff that they've created with AI, and there's always something missing, right? And this is one thing that I'll say, like if you don't have any knowledge of story structure, of storytelling, you're not going to be able to have AI create an amazing script. So even with her having created whatever she sent you, I'm sure that there's a certain level of knowledge of music that she does have. I don't want us acting like as if a person with no knowledge of music or storytelling could literally just go on AI and be like, hey, write me a story, and it's gonna write this amazing, award-winning story or even song, because like you said, even as far as prompting, there's a lot to learn as far as prompting, how to prompt for AI to really follow your directions.
Yo,
It's
Mo,
not that simple.
I don't know if we just saw a girl who wasn't like that and just got a $3 million deal. So I can see why people feel
Yeah,
that way.
but you don't know you don't know to what level her knowledge of music is.
But it doesn't matter. She didn't sound like she had all that knowledge. And she said, "Yo, I
Well,
can't
she said
sing."
she wrote the song.
She wrote. It's 1,000 people that can write songs, bro. People write songs that don't be great, and AI can take your shit. I'm telling you, I've used the tool.
I know you have.
Yeah, and that shit to take what you did and turn it into something else. The reason why I'm not mad of a producer using it, because you can kind of take that and then, like you said, what you do, your skill can make that probably even better.
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm just confident in my talent, bro. Like, I'm not threatened by that shit, man.
I hear you. Some people are not threatened, some people are threatened. And when you're taking food off the table in a business that only maybe 1 or 2% of people make it, yeah.
I mean, it's more competition at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like I always say, I think the stage is big enough for everybody, man. And I don't think that there's any artist that's going to come out that if you have a good song that's going to stop people
listen,
from.
I doubt that, Mo. I look at it like steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're playing baseball and you're taking steroids and a nigga hitting 1,000 home runs, he's cheating. He's not doing the same thing that the regular niggas that got to work every day and put the work in. That's why those people like, what's my man name? Can't remember the baseball player. They got asterisks at they shit because, yes, they might have hit 800 home runs.
Jose Canseco?
I can't remember all the niggas.
Barry Bonds?
Barry Bonds, I think. They got the asterisks because those home runs are not official because they did something extra that somebody ain't do. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't the same. You know, now I mean to get into this, right? I was watching this thing today. It has nothing, it's a little left from where we going, but just to give you context how I'm thinking. So they had this shit called the Average Joe. It was 3 average guys. Like, they had dad bods and this regular fathers every day. They don't work out, they don't do shit. And they had them go up against 3 elite women athletes, bodybuilders.
And they still whooped ass.
And every event, they whip their ass. In every event, these are elite women athletes that get up every day. And I never looked at it like that, right? So when you talking about, oh yeah, you know, I'm a transgender, and I'm going to a...
Bro, it's not fair.
But you see how you say that? And the only reason I bring that up, because I knew you was going to say that. So the AI is not fair for a person...
You know why it's fair?
Hold up. For a person that's busting their ass doing that...
You know why it's fair?
Why it's fair?
Because even the artists who are creative have access to the same AI, bro. Those women don't have access to the testosterone
No,
or the
they do
muscles.
have access to it.
They don't
They
have
can't-
access to the strength of a man.
hold up,
What I'm
time out.
saying, listen.
We don't know. We didn't have women
No,
on...
I
Hold
know.
up, time out.
Wait,
women was
I'm
on
not.
steroids. They can have access to steroids and all that.
All I'm saying is, the people who are using AI don't have access to a tool that the creatives don't. If that's the case, then y'all go use it. It's that simple.
Nah, like I said, I still disagree. I think it's cheating. But, you know, it is what it is. You know?
It is what it is. Listen, it is what it is. I mean, I'm
you
sure.
know, and I'm biased too because I don't feel like it's cheating if a producer was using it.
Oh, really?
No, I don't feel like it's cheating when producers are using it for
Why?
their skill set.
Why?
I feel like if an average Joe come off the street and like use it, I feel like that's cheating because that person didn't put in the work.
That's like saying only athletes can use steroids and regular
Nah,
people can't. Like,
yeah, but you know they got a league now. They about to put up only steroids athletes can go in it. You have to be on steroids to be in the league.
type of what?
Yeah, they have a whole league coming up like that
my
right
God.
now. Only steroids athletes can do because they want to see what people will perform at their elite base. So they only got but they ain't making the regular athlete go in that league neither. It's only steroid athletes. That's all I'm saying.
What's that called? The transgender league?
No, how the fuck we get trans in this? What are you talking about? This guy's crazy. What the fuck are you talking about? But anyway, man. And some other, I don't even know where I'm going, man. You could lost me with that one, man. It was like, what? Where's my notes? Shit. Oh, in other news. Oh, and I got a question. It's not really news. Before I get to the news, I was talking to a friend of mine over the weekend, and I know we always talk about these topics with men and women, and I want to know if you think a woman could love a man outside of finance, right? And the reason why I asked you this, and I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I asked a young lady, I said, so what do you feel like you need a man for? and I said, can you date a man who makes less than you from the last conversation we had, right? And she's like, at this age, no, I couldn't. She a little older. She like 30, 39, you know what I'm saying? She like 38, 39, and she goes, nah, I couldn't at this age, you know. I don't want to struggle. So I said, basically, you need a man for money. She said, no, I don't need a man for money, but I don't want to have to feel like I'm struggling. You know, I want a man that, you know, that could help make my life easier. She said, you know, a man that's dating me, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with him saying, yo, here goes some money to get your hair done or your nails done. So I go, wait a minute. That's still financial you talking about. Like, so what else you need a man for? You know what I'm saying? She's like, nah, you know, other things. You know, I need somebody that's going to back me and support me. And it gets kept, to me, it felt like it kept going.
It all came back to the same goddamn thing.
To the same shit. Everything. She kept on explaining what she would need a man for. I didn't hear no companionship. I didn't hear none of that shit. It was just, so I'm asking, and I know there's some women that really, because I don't want to debunk the ladies that's out there that really just they're hopeless romantics and they just fall in love with who they fall in love with. But I think there are a lot of women that maybe fall in love with men because of they looking at, yo, if you're going to be around, it's probably for the finance, right? And I say this too as a two-part thing because the other thing I'm gonna bring up with this.
This guy asked me a question and began answering
I know.
it himself.
Listen, no, because I want to give you the whole thing. So it's a two-part thing. So they had another thing they were saying is a study that was saying women who make over 100K, they choose to
Be single.
Be single and focus on their careers and shit like that. They don't really need men because they have the money. So I start putting those two things together. That's why I said, damn, if she had all the money she need, then she don't, you know what I mean? So do they still love?
I'm going to start off with what you just said as far as women who make $100,000, right? Mm-hmm. This is what we fail to realize. God designed women a certain way, and God designed men a certain way. Mm-hmm. You go as far back in time as possible, and men had a role, women had a role, right? We don't realize that God designed things because he understood that a woman, relationships, the dynamic between men and women cannot work if the woman is above the man. It will not work. She will resent him. Exactly what goes on when a woman makes money will occur. She'll begin to feel that she does not need him. Right?
They said that she prioritized her emotion. That's what it was. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I think it goes beyond her prioritizing her emotions. You know, and I don't even blame women for how they operate when they have a certain level of wealth or they have a certain level of independence because they cannot help it, bro. That's literally how they are designed, right? A woman will tell you that the purpose of a man is to make her feel safe and secure. You have to understand, if she's the one providing the security, how can she ever feel safe with you? Also as well, do I believe that a woman can be in love with a man without it being about finances? I mean, my hopes is that in the last 25 to 30 years that we haven't changed that much, because I think back to when we were coming up, right? It was about falling in love with the essence of a person, right? It was about walking into a room and seeing somebody, and it wasn't about the jewelry they had on or whatever, and just seeing that person be like, yo, like, this is my person. You understand what I'm saying? And I have to want to believe that we haven't strayed that far from that. I do believe that there's a lot of people out there that it is about finances, and I'm going to go one step even deeper. I think the problem also is that parents are teaching their daughters how to deal with the wrong man, but never telling them how to deal when the right man comes along. Because it's always about, be careful about this. Make sure that, you know, you got this so you don't. And it's literally like us teaching them how to deal with the wrong man.
Yeah, you know,
But we never ever really focus on, but yo, let me also tell you what to do when the right man comes
I
along.
was having the same conversation with the same young lady the other day, and she was saying something to her son, and she was telling her son like, "Yo, you got to get up and take out the garbage. You're a man. Like, we're not taking out the garbage. Oh, your sister, you got to make sure your sister is good and protected." I hear her say all these things all the time to her son. Oh yeah, you gotta make sure that you hold the door open for us, right? So she constantly telling the son what he has to do, and then sometimes she'll go to her daughter and be like, "Don't let no man talk to you
Exactly.
like that. Don't let no man do this to you." Oh yeah, men, or she on the phone and she's saying things about men, and I'm like, yo, it's so crazy that women will tell their sons how to treat a woman, but won't tell their daughters, yo, you. And it's funny because when I was growing up, I can remember my grandmother would be like, yo, you make sure you cook for your man. Because if you don't cook for him, he ain't going to stay with you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, your man ain't going to love no woman that can't clean up. Get up and clean. She would tell my aunt that. My aunt is close to age than me a little bit. She's a little older than me, about 5 years older than me. So you have to clean up and do this. No man don't want no
Yeah,
wife, blah, blah, blah.
there's-
Those days today,
We're
we
dealing
don't
with
hear that happening.
we're dealing with a traumatized generation of parents who have this fear, right, of the same thing that happened to them, whatever that may be, it happening to their daughter. So because of that, they're preparing their daughter simply for the wrong man coming into their life. Me personally, like, I have 3 daughters, and I always tell my daughter, I say, listen, I don't want to set you up for failure, right? So I need you to understand that the reality is every man is not going to have your best interest at heart the way that I do, right? A lot of men that you come across are simply going to try to manipulate you in order to get whatever it is they want out of you. You understand? Whether it's what's in your pants, whether it's anything, I said, but what I need you to also understand is somewhere out there is a man who's going to love you the way I do. And when you find him, you treat him with the same love and respect that you treat me. Because there was days that I had it, there was days I didn't have it. You've never treated me different. You understand?
So what I would tell you too with that, just to piggyback off of that. So with my daughter, I feel like we did a great job in her picking whoever she wants to be with, right? I never seen her come around with no ill do, right? So now my focus be like when she say certain things, or I hear her passing say certain things to her boyfriend, I go, why'd you speak to him like that? Why would you say that?
But that's the world's influence.
But I always make sure
of course.
I correct
you have
it
to.
in the straight up. And if she get an attitude about something, she happened to tell me her business, Dad, I'm not talking. Why are you not talking? Like, that don't make any sense. So I'm always what's the word? Retweaking. Like, yo, listen, make sure you do this. Make sure you treat him like this. Because I never want her to grow up to be one of those women that look at men and be like, oh, I'm just taking him for his money, or he ain't no good, what I'm saying? You're always looking for the problem.
But you know what, though?
Look how to solve the problem instead of looking for the problem all the time.
But I also think in the cases of our children, I don't know if they'll ever get to that point, and it's simply because I think they have us as examples, right? And when I say they have us as examples, I think our kids see us from so many different aspects, right? But deep down inside, they know that we are good people, right? So we may not appear as what the world would perceive as a good man, right? But we kind of show them that a good man doesn't have to wear that costume, right? A good man just has to have a good heart. You understand what I mean? A good man just has to have good intentions. He just has to have your best interest at heart. But also, our daughters, like I said, our daughters have seen us have it. They've seen us not have it. But he doesn't have to be. Perfect. It doesn't come in a package of perfection. And I think that that's the problem these days, right? Is that women think that the right man comes in this package of perfection.
No, it's not. It's something that you work over with time. It's so funny with Sid, right? I laugh and I go, she gonna be all right. A lot of times when she home, I get up, I cook, or I go buy food to make sure she eat, and she never got to worry. Sometimes she'll call me, Dad, what's for dinner tonight? And I go, whatever. Or if I don't have nothing in the crib, I'll send her some money. Go buy what you want. You know what I'm saying? And bring it back to the crib. So a lot of times she'll go, I send her money, and she'll send it back. I'm like, what you send me the money back for? Dad, you've been buying food all week. Like, let me take care of something, right? Or she'll come home and show initiative. Yo, Dad, I picked us up food today. And I keep going, okay, she's going to be all right. Because when I watch her do things like that, she's not just thinking about not doing her parts, right?
Yeah, and
she had to step up to the table and do something.
But I also think that's a show of gratitude.
Yeah, and I tell her, I said, yo, when your boyfriend treat you that same way, I hope you do that same thing. Because one hand wash the other and two hands wash the face. You know what I'm saying? So I always watch her how she treat me and how she talk to me when she get too crazy at the mouth. Yo, listen, you don't speak to me like that. You understand what I'm saying? You don't speak to no man like that. And I say certain things to her. I remember when she was coming up, you know, a lot of these, especially the New York girls, you know, they be wanting to think they can fight everybody. I said, let me tell you something, man. Don't go out there thinking you can beat no man ass. Excuse me, because I don't never want you to put yourself in a situation where you just go think you can hit somebody because you want to hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? Now, if somebody hits you, you got to protect yourself. That's different. But don't go. I'm always showing her those examples. Even told her one time, I said, yo, listen. She was out one day. You know, she feisty. She could be feisty at times. She got a little feisty. She was with her boyfriend. I said, look, man, don't put your man in a situation. You going outside, you mouthing off. Now he got to go up and protect you. You know what I'm saying? And you might get his lights put out, God forbid. Not, or he might put somebody else's lights out. And
now he's facing losing his freedom.
Freedom or his life. You always got to be mindful of each other.
Yeah, you got to put, and that's the thing. You got to protect him the same way you expect him to protect you. That's what it all boils down to. You know, and I think from the time they're young, like that's another thing. We're having daughters, and I've always told my daughters this: just make sure you protect me the way that I protect you, because there's certain positions that if you put yourself in and something happens, I'm gonna leave this house knowing I'm never coming back.
That's
Like,
cool. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
100%.
So protect me. It's that simple.
100%. Real quick. So listen, I heard this content creator talk about this the other day, and I thought there was some truth to it. So we living in a time in a space where people finances is not doing so well. The economy is constantly going lower and lower. The unemployment rate is getting greater and greater.
Rents and housing is going higher and higher.
Higher and higher. Food prices are going higher and higher. And this content creator was talking about, yo, it's okay to be broke and still be a part of your community.
Of course.
And still come outside.
People tend to isolate when they're broke.
They isolate themselves when, you know, they feel like they broke and you can't come outside. So if you have a friend who you ain't seen in a while, and they always saying, I'm good, or I ain't got it. Yo, listen, man, go outside and, you know, maybe treat them to dinner, or like she said, go take a walk in the park or do something dope with your friend that don't cost too much money. Go get some slice of pizza or something. Like,
Don't treat them to dinner too much, though, because people have a tendency to start feeling entitled once you do it, and then the day that you say you won't do it, they feel like you did something wrong. So if you're gonna take them dinner once and leave it at that.
Yeah, but you know, listen, man, it's okay. And sometimes I'm gonna tell you about the community thing. Sometimes when you come outside to your community, you start talking about your issues and put things out there, synergy starts to happen. And you know, the universe is crazy, because what happens is that person can lead you to your next $1 million from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Or your next situation because of somebody else. But you got to put yourself out there to even figure out what's out there for you.
Life begins outside of them four walls that you call your house.
Don't lock yourself up. I did that before in my life. Don't lock yourself up in the house thinking that shit is gonna be all right.
Yeah, because it's shame. It's shame. That's why.
Yeah.
Especially as a man, men be embarrassed.
Shit, we're gonna get back to that. I'm glad you said that. We're gonna get back to that. But before we get to that, I want to ask you: do you have any cool ways that you think you want to try some sexual things with a partner, or something that you've never done, or just something that's cool ways to have sex?
I think I've tried it. I think.
Yeah, but even if you try it, what you recommend for the people?
I mean,
I think head in the car is great. Be careful though. You know what I've always wanted to do?
What?
You know, I don't get high, I don't smoke, but I always want to try like mushrooms with somebody and have sex on like a mushroom trip.
Mushrooms, you know, my man had gave me a mushroom chocolate bar one time. Mushrooms is hit or miss. You could eat it and it could do nothing. You could feel nothing, or you could hit it and it could have you tripping. So
yeah, I hope I don't trip and choke nobody out though. You know what I'm saying? But I want to have a good trip with a person doing some shit like that. I always want to have sex on a plane. Never done that.
I always wanted to have sex like on a car in the rain outside.
You know where I want to have sex and I could do it, and I just never done it? On my roof of my house.
Go for it.
You know what's so
I've had
hard
sex
to get
on
to?
the roof a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, when I was Pebble Beach, but it's different. yeah. Nah,
The roof was actually like a place to have sex
at,
when you were
That
younger.
roof of that staircase.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, I never did that as an adult. Like, I want to do some crazy
That's
shit.
because you have a house now.
Yeah, but I want to get like a fancy blanket, some like some food up there, lay down.
You want to have a rooftop picnic?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to be like Nelly and Kelly and no, like Monica in Never Meant to Cause You No Pain. Remember?
what it is?
She was sitting on the roof of the house singing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to do some rooftop shit. I would do that. You know what's crazy? One time I had sex with this girl and I thought it was crazy. She went to the bathroom. We was visiting her mother. And she went to the bathroom and she asked me to come in there and do something. We had a quickie in there. That shit was crazy. Intense. Her mother knocked on the door. I hope y'all not doing nothing in my motherfucking house like that. Like, nah, I'm just helping her with her thing on makeup. But that shit was crazy.
You are so disrespectful.
I was. I was young though, man.
Oh yeah, when you're young.
I was young, man. I was young. I was in my
I remember
20s.
I had sex in my bedroom, and my mother was like in the hallway sweeping, and I had the door cracked, like, you know how like the door block you, and I was looking through the crack of the door, making sure my moms wasn't coming.
Yeah. Those, listen, there's some cool ways to do some shit. Man, if anybody got some cool ways or cool things they want to do sexually, man, put
Just
it in the
DM
chat.
Styles, especially if you're a man.
Yo, it's crazy. Please don't listen to this nigga, man. Please. All ladies, please feel free to DM me though, please.
Oh my
man.
God.
Please feel free. Oh, Max B is home for prison, man.
Congratulations, Max B.
Max B been on a run since he came home, man. I just see Max B in a couple of different clubs, spots. I just see him in studio. I see him at the Jets
He got
game.
him engaged.
You know what I'm saying? Max B making up for that 6. I think he did 16 years. Yeah, man. So shout out to the wave is home, man. You
Welcome
know what I'm
home.
saying?
Welcome home.
You know,
and I
French
saw
been treating him good.
definitely.
His friends is treating him good. So I like that, man. I hope y'all keep it up and hope you come home with some positivity come out of that.
And you know what? I saw the post of a gentleman on Instagram who was talking about how he doesn't understand, like he didn't know who Max B was. He researched what Max B went to jail for, so he talked about the robbery and how somebody died. And he was like, he thinks this is the problem with the culture, that somebody like that could be celebrated the way Max B is being celebrated. And I just want to say, I don't necessarily think that people are celebrating what Max B did, the reason he went to jail. I think that we just need to understand that we are dealing with a culture, which is our culture, which is a group of people that don't get many wins in life. You understand what I'm saying? So Max B was given 75 years for the crime that was committed, which I think was pretty excessive. And then through his appeal or whatever, he only had to serve 16 years. So I can't knock the people for celebrating that win, man, because so many times, and we see it all the time, people coming home from 28, 30 years that did 30 years in jail for crimes that they didn't commit. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I don't see them celebrated either. You understand? So I can't be mad at the culture for celebrating a win for one of us, man. It is what it is. Welcome home, Max B. Wish you the best, bro.
Shout out to Max B, man. Shout out to French, man. No, French is definitely a friend. No, I love how he, hold his homie down the whole bed, and he came home and he did him right. So, shout out. That's also need to be celebrated. Whether you agree with it or not, but people holding their people down. So many niggas get lost in the system when they got nobody to hold them down. So, shout out to French too, and shout out to Max, man.
And so many dudes come home after doing that much time, to nobody, and really having to struggle. So.
And some other news. So they say if you couples that text each other, even if they send like emojis or things on Instagram and shit like that,
or speak to each other, calls throughout the day.
They more likely to stay with each other and have deeper feelings with each other. I could tell you this is true for me. The women that I usually kind of text every day, even if it's the stupidest shit, or we send memes and shit to Instagram, and we kind of we get closer with that little bit of interaction. And it's also detrimental to, I also feel like when you in a breakup, because even in my breakup, I didn't really let go until I stopped talking and stopped sending memes. And everything. I told you that. I had to get rid of Instagram, get rid of her Instagram. I had to stop texting her. I couldn't let go because that little interaction kept me
You
like
still
this.
connected.
It was keeping us connected. And something that I knew was bad for me, even though I loved the person, I still stayed connected to the person. And, you know, I used to lie to myself and be like, I'm over it. Even though I knew it was not good, I still connected with her. Until one day I woke up and I told Suave, I said, yo, Suave, we're not looking at none of her shit no more. Remember that, Suave? Yeah. I'm not looking at none of her shit no more.
This guy used to send Suave on the download page to go
look at the shit, send me the pictures, all kind
screenshot it and send me her posted.
And the day I got the courage and the courage, the discipline, and just to respect myself.
To cut the umbilical cord.
I had to, because I knew I loved her. And love will make you do stupid shit. And that's because I loved her, I stayed in touch with her.
He was 2 inches from killing somebody.
Yeah, so I knew it wasn't good, and I kept making excuses why I want to be there. And, you know, listen, it is what it is, but I know the power of that, just keeping that interaction. It could really, it could really hold a relationship together if you keep something to keep you in that bond.
Yeah, I think contacting each other throughout the day is just as important as continuing to date the person that you're with, regardless of the fact. And I think a lot of times, once people begin cohabitating and they're under the same roof, that constant communication throughout the day somewhat slows down or it ceases. And I think that that is the first step to a disconnect beginning to occur. So even if you live with your partner, whether y'all are married or not, throughout the day, you know, send your man a nude. Send your girl, I love you. Send a meme. You know what I mean? Something to make them smile throughout the day. And this is something I realized, man. When you're in a relationship, and I don't know, y'all may really want to think about this and y'all may want to try this out. I think every morning when you wake up, you know, I don't know how many of y'all pray, whether it's after you pray or whether it's after you meditate. I really think that y'all should take at least 5 to 10 minutes to think about, what am I going to do today to put a smile on my partner's face? And you should really try to come up with at least one thing every single day. It could be a slap on the ass. It could be a joke, a prank. It could be whatever, you know? Stay in the game, because if you don't stay in the game, you won't win the game.
And that was from Moses.
This was relationship advice from Mr. Moe.
Listen, in other celebrity news, Shaq says he don't tell his woman nothing about his bad days. Basically, he said, a woman is emotional, and if you come to her with your bad days and her bad days, she just worry even more. So he keep his bad shit to himself, and it works for him. I would tell you this to be true, and I'm gonna tell you why this is true. No, I'm a real shit though. You know, I'm not telling you that I wouldn't pillow talk with my woman throughout the day and tell her certain things. Sometimes. But, you know, one of my last relationships, I felt like, especially when we were going towards the end of the relationship, things that I was chasing that didn't quite make it, that was almost turned against me. Mm-hmm. Like, she would tell me, like, yo, you didn't even accomplish that and did what you were supposed to do with this, or, you know what I'm saying, and this didn't happen, and, you know what I mean? And I was like, damn. I told you that in a state of vulnerability, like not to look at me differently, to make it, and now using it to make a decision.
And all I was trying to do was share
the information with you. And I don't know if that ever made her worry or ever made her feel away, but that experience told me, listen, you can't tell her everything. You can't, even though you love her, she even gonna use that shit against you at one point, or she gonna worry about it so much that she psych herself out of the relationship, you know what I'm saying?
And I don't even think it's about her worrying. I think, once again, it goes back to the way that God designed women. No woman wants a failure, right? No woman wants a man that's a failure, and unfortunately, you cannot expose your failures over and over and over and over to your woman.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot.
Yeah,
like,
I don't suggest it, man, because like I said, yo, Mo, that shit was crazy. And, you know, what's so funny, when we were over and I started everything, you know, God is funny because he just started making things just open up. She kind of just look at you like, oh shit. Yeah, but you always supposed to feel like that. So you know, with Shaq saying, "Yo, don't go home and tell you, yeah, this deal ain't happening today." You can't do that sometimes. You gotta just wear that for yourself.
But the crazy thing is, I mean, that's just the characteristic of life. You're gonna fail more than you succeed, and you have to, like you know, they call it failing up, right? You have to fail and fail and fail and fail until you get to the point where you succeed. I mean, that just is what it is. But unfortunately, as a man, we are not allotted that luxury. Okay? So
Yes,
the
sir.
truth is, remain Superman.
Yeah, just be
Remain,
Superman.
just be Superman,
Just be
bro.
Superman.
Play it safe. And I'm not saying that every woman is this way, but play it safe.
Yes, sir. Quick question. I saw this on Instagram. Person put this out. She said, single women who are still single in their 40s and have no kids are damaged goods. By the time you're 45 or whatever the case may be, basically she's just like, yo, listen, now you don't get the top picks. You should pick people. You should pick your partner, your life partner, in your 20s. Now, I want to say something about this. I don't know if you're supposed to pick people in your 20s, but I did come up with an epiphany this weekend. I think, you know how people say, yo, live out your 20s, have fun in your 20s, and then whatever. I think that was bullshit we've been taught for a long time.
It is.
I think you should bust your ass in your 20s and your 30s, right? So you can live life in your 40s and 50s, right? And the 60s and 70s and beyond. I don't think you should damage your body with alcohol, weed, drugs in your 20s. Because when you get to start being in my age group, I'm starting to see a lot of my niggas die that I grew up with, and from heart attacks, from strokes, all kind of shit. And it's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And you know why? Because we party like rock stars when we was in our 20s. I'm starting to see young women that can't connect with men or in relationships because they gave their box to so many niggas.
Times, yeah.
So many soul tie-ins is happening with them. Now they starting to feel numb. They don't know who to trust, and they got PTSD when it comes to relationships. I've seen niggas dumping someone's dick out here on bitches, and they doing all kind of shit. They can't trust no woman. So if you could connect to me and start figuring out your life by the time you're 30, I think that's, in your 30s is cool. Last thing I'm gonna say, there's a lot of jobs out here. You know, I didn't take advantage of this. And for all the young niggas that's listening, or your mama let you listen to this, when you can get a city job, like a corrections or whatever they got out there, I don't know, and they got those 20 years, MTA, you could retire at 40. I know a couple of dudes that's retired at 40, and they traveling the fucking world. Because by the time you 40,
Once you get that pension.
by the time you 40 years old, your mind is really mature now. You know what you want to do. You know mistakes they ain't making.
And 40 is young.
And 40 is still young. And if you live it right and you got your health, you could do anything. And most niggas don't get rich until they 50s. So I'm just saying to you, all that partying like a rock star when you're young, yo, take hold of your life in your 20s and your 30s, man, and really buckle down so you can live the way you fucking want to live for the rest of your life, man. Trust me, that's what I would tell y'all.
I'm afraid to see what this Don Julio generation is going to be like in their 50s and 60s. Like all of this plastic surgery, all of this partying 5 to 6 days a week, I'm afraid to see what y'all are gonna look like in y'all 50s and 60s. Because, you know, the truth is, a lot of y'all don't believe in a 9 to 5. A lot of y'all are scamming. A lot of women are just living off of dudes that are tricking. And what's gonna happen when y'all are like 50, 60, and y'all haven't paid taxes all y'all lives, y'all really have no retirement plan, like, and I wanna see when you're 50 and 60 what all that plastic surgery looks like.
Lil' Kim?
Bruh. You know, so the truth is, they say that the zombie apocalypse that's gonna come, the Walking Dead isn't zombies, it's the people with plastic surgery that got old.
Yo, you stupid, bro. But you right.
Bruh, no, seriously,
I hear you,
man.
man.
Like, because we live right now in a generation of bad decisions.
A whole lot of
That's
bad decisions.
a whole lot of bad
A whole lot of bad
decisions.
decisions, bro. And you pay for them later on in life, man.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, and when you start getting in your 40s and shit like that, in your 50s, you start looking at life like, yo, my time is running out. even if you got mad time left, that's what you start. It just naturally happens, and you start going, yo, how can I get a job? Damn, I got to work a job for 20 years. That means I can't retire for 20, 25 years. I can't retire to 65, 70. I can't, you know what I'm saying? You start looking at shit like that, man. And for the ladies, it's harder because no nigga ain't trying to really, your age is really trying to give you kids at 45 years old. Like he probably had his kids already. I'm not saying that, and I don't want to lose hope for you. You probably could find, but all of y'all not gonna find that.
And I think y'all got a crazy reality check coming, man. And I say y'all got a crazy reality check because the majority of the women these days think that they're gonna end up with a dude that's at 5%. One of the 5% of the cream of the crop. Most of these women think that they're really gonna end up with a millionaire because that's what y'all are chasing. You know, I have a friend of mine who's a CEO. He's actually been on the job for 19 years. And like he told me, he said, Mo, I never thought I would see this day. He's like, I make $170,000 a year. I've been on the job for 19 years. I retire next year. And women look at me like I'm nothing because I have a 9 to 5. You know, they tell me that I can't provide them the lifestyle that they want. Like, he's like, bruh, these women in the hood expect to find a millionaire. And there's nothing wrong. Look, I always say, there's nothing wrong with wanting what you want, right? But somewhere in the midst of wanting what you want, it should be balanced with reality.
No.
Right? Like we all shoot for the moon and shoot for the stars, right? But at the end of the day, you know, like okay, I pursued film, you pursued music, right? And you chased it with every part of your being, but you were also aware, I know this doesn't happen for a lot of people, I just believe it's gonna happen for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But these people go out there really believing that they're going to find this millionaire, right? And my question to you is, and if this man is making $1 million, $2 million a year, why you? Because every other woman on this earth wants him. Why you?
Yeah. And what I would say to this, because the lady really talked about women not really making it in that area, like, you know what I'm saying? And in the comments, a lot of girls, excuse me, a lot of girls was like, yo, why should you just bring up the girls? What about the men? And I'm gonna tell y'all ladies something. The reason why I think she says, what she talked about, they say damage goods for women, is one, is because she was a woman and she talking from a woman's standpoint. Two, because men have way more options. We might fall on a, you know, we might get a fat girl and just chill out, you know what I'm saying? And there's like 10 to 1 for men. It's gonna feel, you can find some sorry, maybe a girl that feels sorry for you and may take you in. I'm just saying, I'm being honest with you. But for women,
but I also think it's also because men spend their entire lives taking care of themselves to a degree and fighting struggle, and fighting adversity.
And not only that, a lot, even though I ain't gonna lie to you, some of you ladies is looking good in your 40s and your 50s.
Of course.
But men age better than women. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know what I'm talking about, those that know what I'm talking about. Men this age, you know, I went back to a school reunion, like a high school reunion, and I couldn't believe what the fuck I was singing in there. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, all the niggas turned into the, you know, the ugly duckling, what they turned with the ugly duckling, they turned to all the niggas turned into swans. And all the girls that were swans turned into ugly ducklings, man. It was like, yo, what the fuck happened here? You know what I'm saying? And that's just life taking a toll.
They turned to secret agents, but they weren't 007. They were 5'2",
so ladies,
340.
Man, please take care of yourself. Please stop all this drinking and smoking.
Casamigos, Don Julio.
Yeah, listen, man, it's gonna catch up to you.
It's shot o'clock.
Yeah, men too. All of what they call that, the boat shit. What they do? Drive the boat. What they call?
Yeah, drive the boat.
All that shit, man. Please, ladies, take care of yourself. Men, take care of yourself too.
Brunch on a Sunday. My mouth says. My mouth says. My mouth says.
Yo, real quick. So there was a school teacher.
Twerking kills.
This nigga's crazy. There's a school teacher that had a conversation with two of her students. Two of her students, they were bilingual. They speak English regularly, but when they with each other, they speak Spanish. And the teacher got on them and said, yo, listen, man, I don't want you speaking Spanish in my class. The teacher's a white teacher, just two Hispanic girls. She's like, yo, listen, people don't understand what you're saying, and people, find it offensive when you're talking
How could they find it offensive for them to speak their native language?
disrespectful? So my question is, you speak another language. Do you think it's disrespectful to speak another language if you're in a room with other people and you start talking Creole with somebody else?
I do know some people do find it offensive.
Yeah.
Right? Simply because they don't understand, they think that you're talking about them. But if the Asians can do it at the nail salon, why can't we?
People find that offensive. People start wearing them glasses.
Yeah, I
man.
know.
And
But I'm saying,
earbuds.
the Asians do it at the nail salon.
Listen,
The Habibs do it at the bodega.
Mo do it a lot around me. I necessarily don't like it, but I also don't give a fuck. I be like, yo, we'd be talking, and be me and him and one of his Haitian buddies, and he just X me out and just start talking to this nigga talking about me? Like, what the fuck is he? Why is he hiding the conversation? You know, especially when you talk to a nigga all the time, and I feel like he know mad shit about me, I know mad shit about him. So for him to just start talking Creole,
crazy.
what the fuck is happening? And he don't give a fuck. So
crazy.
I brought this up because I was mad because the white teacher was telling these two Spanish girls, like, don't talk. And I found that kind of odd. Like, why she's going so hard with them? Let them rock. But at the same time, then I thought about Mo and I said, yeah, that could come off kind of fucked up too. I see what she's coming from.
Not real. Not yes and no, because you're in a classroom full of people. What the hell make you think they talking about you?
They could be talking about anything. They could be talking about the teacher. The teacher could have felt like they talking about them. You don't know.
So let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. So why they can't speak in her class, but if they went Spanish class, they'd be fine?
Because they speak Spanish in their class.
It doesn't work that way.
Fuck out of here.
Sorry.
Man. Whatever, man. I don't know if it's rude or not, but I would opt to not do it if I was around people that didn't speak the same language. Unless I didn't want nobody to know what I was saying in the room, and that means I could be talking about somebody in the room knowing me. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I save my insults so you can have it from in the language that you can comprehend it in. I like to insult people in their language.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
He likes to be gay in English.
This fucking fuck is wrong with you, man? Kill this nigga, man. Yeah. Last topic real quick. So I saw Kevin Gates today, man. The rapper Kevin Gates, and you know, he's 39 and he got a new 26-year-old girlfriend. You know, he just got divorced and shit. So he got a new 26-year-old girlfriend.
No more Brittany Renner.
Somebody must have asked him in the comments like, yo, what are you doing with a 26-year-old? And basically,
why do you care?
He was just like, yo, listen, man, nobody want no old ran through hoes. Nobody want to go to a used car lot. We want something new.
But that touches on the subject that we just touched on, right? These women in their 40s and this and that. A man, an affluent man who has it, 9 times out of 10 is going to want a younger woman. You know, he's going to want the newer model. He's not going to want the used model.
That shit sounds so crazy to me.
He's going to want a brand new car. He's not going to the used car lot.
You know one thing I would say, though? Even though baby girl was pretty, but you could see, because she like had no makeup on and shit like that, you could see that she was a baby. And like he was probably way too advanced for her. Now, I'm not opposed to men dating younger. I'm just opposed to the mentality.
Me personally, I'm not attracted to that, but
I'm worried about the mentality.
To each his or her own, man.
Yeah, but I'm just worried about the mentality. She didn't look like she was smart enough to keep up with him. You know what I'm saying?
But let's also look at it this way, right? A man of affluence doesn't want to deal with conflict in a woman, right? A lot of times when women later in life, they're very set in their ways and they have and they're very combative. You understand? And a lot of times a man who has worked hard to get his life to a certain level doesn't want to deal with that BS, bro. Nah, he doesn't want to deal with it. He wants to deal with a woman that's going to allow him to lead. He wants to deal with a woman that, to a degree, not that he can mold, but a woman that he can influence.
That nigga said, yo, I couldn't find one, so I had to make one.
Hey, listen.
This shit crazy.
It is what it is.
That's what he did. He said, you know, I had to not make one, I had to raise one. That's what he did. I can't find one my age, I'm going to raise one.
Look.
That's what he did.
Look, man, that man has the right to do whatever's going to make him happy. I mean, the world can have an opinion. Everybody has something to say. You just don't always have to listen. That's how I see it.
Well, on that note, man, this was another episode of
Brooklyn Boyz Radio.
Brooklyn. We out.
We out.